Imagine a world where your investments are protected across borders, fostering global growth and economic collaboration.
That sounds fascinating. But what exactly is an international investment agreement?
Well, it's a treaty between countries designed to protect, promote, and liberalize cross-border investments.
IIAs safeguard foreign direct investment and portfolio investment while establishing clear dispute resolution processes.
So, why do countries enter into these agreements?
Countries primarily pursue IIAs for the protection and promotion of foreign investments. They reduce investment risks, which in turn incentivizes businesses to invest in those countries.
It's also important to highlight how they allow foreign investors to resolve disputes through international arbitration rather than depending solely on host country courts.
That sounds crucial. What kinds of protections do these agreements typically guarantee?
They usually cover provisions like fair and equitable treatment, full protection, national treatment, and compensation for expropriation losses.
Expropriation, what does that mean exactly?
Expropriation occurs when a government takes private property for public use. These clauses ensure investors are compensated.
And there's more. Most IIAs also cover the transfer of funds linked to foreign investments, adding to the layers of protection.
That's impressive. But do IIAs ever include commitments to actually promote investments?
Interesting point. While promotion provisions are rare and often non-binding, the enhanced protections are assumed to encourage foreign investments.
The dynamics of these agreements are particularly important for developing countries seeking economic growth through foreign investment.
How do these agreements come to fruition?
Most international legal matters between nations and concerning foreign investors are addressed through bilateral agreements, specifically bilateral investment treaties or BITs.
The evolution of BITs has been significant since the mid-20th century, focusing on protection, while also recent trends incorporate public policy issues.
So what's a typical BIT structure?
A BIT usually starts with a preamble outlining its intentions, followed by definitions of key terms like investment and investor.
What about standards of treatment?
They outline the admission of investments, address expropriation, and specify how disputes between investors and host countries are settled.
The details on arbitration forums differ, but they ensure international tribunals handle investor claims, with some process options still being worked out.
Now, what distinguishes these agreements from BITs?
Preferential trade and investment agreements, or PTIAs, encompass broader economic cooperation, often addressing trade, tariffs, and other economic factors, with investments being just a part.
They integrate various issues, yet the foreign investment sections are often structured similarly to BITs.
Can you give examples of PTIAs?
Sure, NAFTA is a notable one, which covers a wide range of issues, but contains detailed provisions for foreign investments.
It's amazing how interconnected all of this is. What makes PTIAs especially useful?
They facilitate trade and investment and pursue a holistic approach to economic integration, essential in today's global economy.
Switching gears here, what about international taxation?
International taxation agreements aim to prevent double taxation for multinational enterprises by clarifying tax jurisdictions.
These treaties often utilize bilateral approaches, but occasionally involve multilateral agreements to address the complexities in tax jurisdictions.
What methods do they use to solve double taxation issues?
There are mainly three methods: the credit method, the exemption method, and the rarely used deduction method.
Can you break those down for me?
Sure. The credit method allows taxpayers to credit foreign taxes against their home country taxes, while the exemption method disregards foreign income for taxation purposes.
And the deduction method is less common as it taxes income net of foreign tax.
Wow, so many layers to this subject.
Absolutely, and it's continuously evolving. You might want to tell us in the comments your thoughts on how these agreements will adapt to future trade challenges.
Definitely. The landscape is changing, and your input could yield some insightful discussions.